Hey Fisherman, Aqua Duelist here. And back when the 2018 Megatons came out, I remember a lot of people just being very disappointed with the promos overall. But there was one card in particular out of the Jaden tin that was a promo that did really well and has just seen loads of competitive success and has managed to actually stay relevant in pretty much every format since it came out, actually. And that card is Mudragon of the Swamp. Now, this is my favorite card in the game, and I honestly believe it's one of the best due to its just sheer genericness and all its like really cool applications to it. So, if you're not familiar with this card, it's level 4 fusion warrant monster with 1900 attack, 1600 defense. Requires two monsters of the same attribute but different type. And its effect is just simply your opponent cannot target this monster or monsters you control the same attribute with card effects, and then quick effect once per turn. You can declare an attribute, and this card becomes that attribute until the end of the turn. So, not word for word, but really freaking spot on, actually. But, so, with this monster, being a level 4 fusion, first thing I want to point out is what you can do with this is you can instant fusion this thing out, basically being a extender, or you can use it to basically protect your combo pieces from getting hit with effect failure, infinite impermanence. Just that protection is actually really nice, and the fact that it's a quick effect that you can literally change the attributes are really freaking awesome. Now, there is some really cool interactions I want to point out with this. It has this really cool interaction with heroes and invokes specifically, because those archetypes deal with fusing Alistair or the elemental heroes with certain monsters of an attribute to basically make fusions. Although they don't, there hasn't been a lot of competitive success, on using it for that. It has slight success in those decks for that application. Enough, to where I want to, at least point it out. But there's about one or two profiles I've noticed, or just lists really, that did actually play instant fusion in those specific decks with this card. But most of the time, this card's actually going to be used as a super poly target, which it's honestly the best super poly target in the game. Just the fact that, two monsters of the same attribute but different type, there's at least one deck every format that just somehow, seems that this can actually just break their boards apart, which is pretty freaking cool, actually. So, that's really awesome. And over time, as Super Poly came off from 1 to 2 and 2 to 3, this card actually started seeing more and more play. Even though Instant Fusion was at 3, people were mostly using this as a super poly target. Actually, there was very few lists I've noticed that actually did play Instant Fusion with this in the extra deck, or Instant Fusion and super poly. About 90-something% of the decks I've noticed, at least the lists that I could find, just played super poly or even side decked it and side decked Mudragon specifically. Now, something I thought was rather interesting though was when this card and got its first top, it was actually in a true Draco deck that I had no way to make this. They actually only played 3 copies of this in their extra deck as a troll move, which was something I kind of found really funny though. But yeah, I didn't actually know that before I ended up doing some research on this video. But this card has actually peaked in popularity and playability in September 2019 and just kind of started to fall out, and then it rised back up again in February 2020, not exactly to the same peak it once was, but pretty freaking close to it, and it's kind of fallen out again, because the whole Crush Card pandemic, or Crush Card virus pandemic that happened in 2020, a lot of events weren't really happening, and but yeah, it's still really cool the fact that it's just no matter what the format is, this card is still in, like, every format. There's always at least a couple tops per month with this deck in there, or with this card in their deck. So, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this little Moo Dragon history video, I guess you could call it. This is honestly just my favorite card, and I still love it to this day. So I was kind of excited to do another video on it. And go ahead and comment any comments that you guys have. Go ahead, harpoon that like button and subscribe button if you want to see more awesome content. I will see y'all in the next video, which, by the way, we're doing 2 videos a week now. And we're going to basically be shooting for Tuesday and Friday for those of you who want to know what days specifically we're going to be looking to upload videos on. So thank you guys, and I'll see y'all in the next video.